Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS. Now it's real time, sponsored by the Mill Casino.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, Ryan is currently working on technology, so we're trying to get Kyle up and running. So we have a question that came from Ron on our Facebook page. If you'd like to do this, just become a fan, and it's simple to do. But in river levels you show in the field report, are the foot numbers the actual depth of the Columbia and the Willamette? How deep is the channel where the big ships and barges go through? Okay, so let's break that down. So the first part of that, is the river as deep as the gauge is, or what that number is that we show? No, it's just for where that location is. So let's just say the Columbia in Vancouver. It's a very specific spot, and at that particular gauge, that's the depth. And then we just take that knowledge and use that number to determine what our levels are like. What's average, what's not average, what's above average. So no, that doesn't necessarily mean that's the exact depth of the river. It's just that spot. As far as the channel goes, those are all defined by markers, and you need to understand what those markers mean. The best advice I can give is read, write, returning. I'm not a captain. But it's different everywhere in the river. It could be 30 feet, could be 130 feet. It's completely different in the river system on where those barges and ships are actually at. But I can promise you, they are staying between the markers, the green and red markers. Those are big deals. How we doing? Okay, we got another one here. This is from Barry Technology. This is starting to kill me. Barry, where can I find uncured steelhead and salmon eggs? Great question. I mean, there are times, especially later on in the fall, where the tribes, when they're selling their salmon, either be Cascade Locks or other areas where they will have eggs to sell. But that's a tough one. I would probably reach out to the folks over at Procure. I know this sounds kind of crazy, but they do have an inside line sometimes on where you can find stuff, either it be shrimp or eggs or herring or whatever. But that's a tough one. It's not like the days of old. Unfortunately, it's just not that way. We're going to take David's question as well. All right, so here's one from David. How often do you have boat trailer wheel bearings repacked? Okay, so first thing I'm going to say is it's 2025. Most hubs are 100,000 mile, right? The newer versions of trailer bearings are rated up to 100,000 miles. They don't need to be repacked. You don't have to do anything to them. Thank goodness for that kind of stuff. That being said, I've got a trailer. It's my duck boat. It's actually got oil-based bearings, which I'm not sure if I like or not. I haven't swapped it out this year. But old school, repacking those things, I do it every other season depending on how much you're towing. And if you're towing a lot, I do it every year. Those bearings go bad, you got nothing but bad things happening. I've only had it happen to me once where the whole rim, the spindle, everything broke off. And that was a brutal day. That was the end of that axle, and had to replace everything. So stay on it. One way or the other, I would repack more than you need to, rather than not often enough, if that makes any sense. Or upgrade to the newer style of hubs. Huge deal. All right, we got Kyle Dodson. Kyle is with Oar Angling. He's the owner, him and his wife, Miles, of course, owners of Oar Angling. And it sounds like we got you up and running, Kyle. How's the fishing, and how's it going this morning?
Oh man, we're lucky to be out here. There's only 2 boats out here. It's you better be salty fish today. But we knew we were doing a live report, so we came out. Fishing's good. We just put our rockfish in here since you sent me that link. We snuck out about 20 minutes ago, so we got our rockfish knocked out, and we are going to jig the reef here pretty soon.
Dude, it looks a little lumpy out there.
A little bit. Not for the weak-hearted. I moved my 6-man crew to tomorrow, so it's a way better ocean. Early season, we see this. The forecast, you can't really trust it until the morning of, It's part of the grind. But there's plenty of fishermen out there that don't mind a little bit of a rock, and we're in the bigger boat now. So it is a little more pleasant.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. In these conditions, now that you've got the bigger boat, how are you liking that? Is it easier to get in and out?
It is easier to get in and out. And you guys say it's more comfortable to fish out of?
Oh, absolutely.
Nice.
Pretty sweet. Tony with Breaker Tory makes an amazing boat.
Yeah, Tony's the Generation 2 breaker. I wouldn't want to be out here in my older boat.
I get it, man. Trust me, I get it. If anybody understands that, it's me. I can avoid that easily. But when you get the opportunity to get out right there, I mean, the boat launch for him, well, you're not going to take your sled and just drop it in. You got to have the right
setup. Let's go.
Hey, I love it. All right, so up to now, how's the fishing been this April?
Fantastic, Owen. We come out here to go catching, and the experience is very unique. And we are having water temperatures that are staying below 50, so those lingcod are real snappy. Not till usually June we'll see the water warm up, and then you got to have a couple tricks in your hat, and sometimes that doesn't even work. But early season fishing's phenomenal here at Cape Quanah.
So for folks that are watching that want to get out into Pacific City for the first time, or maybe just get back out there, how long is this going to hold out through April? Is it going to take you into May, take you into June?
Absolutely. Yep. April, May, and I mean really all season, Owen. It's a special place. I will switch gears and start doing, we always get the rockfish in the morning. Everybody's allowed 4 this year, and if you get a canary, you're allowed a +1. But 4 rockfish, and it lets me see the strength of everybody on my boat, the strength of my athletes, right? And what I'm going to do to communicate to them, and when we up the ante and go for our salmon and our lingcod. What do you got on there, Cal?
Hey, he's got a fish on. And this is
All
fun.
right.
You might look at this, everyone, and go, oh, man, that looks really lumpy. I'm telling you, it is fun fishing when you're able to get it into a bunch of groceries like what he's doing with rockfish and lingcod. Any big lingcod so far this year?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't judge people on what they do, right? Anything over 25 pounds, I suggest to let go. But I understand if you make a trip out here, though, I understand the other side, If you get to only fish one time and it's a tough day and you whack a big one, I would probably harvest it too. They don't cut as good overall, and they're reproducers,
I'm glad that you mentioned that, man, because those fish take a long time to get to that pound range, and if you can take it, get a photo, let it go, because you're going to be able to come back and get some more fish in the future. I mean, there is no question that is the way to take care of a fishery. But your primary targets, those black bass that are delicious, that you can get a bunch of. For folks that are watching, what's the easiest way to get out with you?
Or angling, oarangling.com. You can send us a direct booking request, and within usually 24 hours, but sometimes 48 hours, we'll get back to you. And it is a special fishery, man. I know every guide probably says that, but I don't care where you fish. Launching off the beach and coming back on the back of the surf. We do have crab pots out here, so we're gonna get out. We're almost done with these rockfish. I won't fire the boat up for them to go target lings yet till we're done. But we'll go knock our lingcod out, and then we're gonna pull our crab pots, and we get to ride in. And you're right here in Pacific City.
That's a great day. That's a great day. Get in and get out.
Tater.
And hey, Kyle, before we cut away, I'm going to tell you right now, I know a lot of guides. Very few of them have a smile from ear to ear right now because they're fishing the Willamette and you're fishing the saltwater. So I'm going to tell you right now, you're a lucky man. Hey, make sure you say hi to Miles for us all, okay?
I will. She told me to tell you hello this morning. We got soccer, we got baseball. You know how it goes.
Yes, I do. I'll be soccering it later on this morning. Kyle, as always, man, take care. Thanks for sharing a little bit of info with us, bud. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right.
Good morning. We appreciate you.
We're going to go ahead and cut to a break. When we come back, we're going to come back with your deal of the week from Fisherman's Marine and wrap things up and give you an idea of what we got going on for tomorrow. Another good one.